Somebody asked me this question, so I wanted to answer it on camera. If I had a son, I don't have one yet, but when I do, would I want him to be a tradesman? Why do you think every tradesperson says and they start to think about it when that question is asked about being a tradesman or inviting your niece, your nephew, or whoever into being a tradesperson? Because they know the struggles what tradespeople go through. They understand that most of us are not going to make it. They understand that it's going to be a tricky road. They understand that it's going to be fucking difficult today. Because if it was problematic when I was doing it, God knows what it would be like for you now. And most of us have not got the tools to open the doors to be able to put people in places where they need to be, so their next move is easy and fluent. It is about who you know. You do need to have strong links and connections within certain pockets of every industry to be able to guarantee your move to the next point. As you want to get into a trade, like being a tradesperson, right? You've got to go to college, right? And going to college, everyone can enter college and they can enter as long as there are places for that course. They have a certain amount of places in every single college for, let's say, plumbing, electrical, woodwork, mechanics and all that. They have a certain amount of places, right? They require you to have a certain level of GCSEs. This is more crucial than you thinking, oh, I want to be this trade, I want to start doing this. They require you to have a certain level of GCSEs. I will say it again. 4 GCSEs you need, yeah? You need your maths and English, and you need the other gizmo-gazmo ones, right? But the maths and the English are so underrated, but necessary. I say necessary because we're talking in English, yeah? So you need to understand words, you need to be able to write them, you need to be able to read them. We are dealing with figures, mathematical things, every single day. We got a tape measure. We've pulled the tape measure out. We need to take down the numbers. You need to be able to read those numbers. You might need to add or minus things. So you need the maths, right? Without having them foundation skills, because that's what they're called, foundation and key skills, yeah, that person is going to struggle with the course. So we go back to my question, because you think I'm going off track of the question. Would I want my son to be a plumber? The answer at this point has to be, how did he do in his school, in his GCSEs? If he struggled within his GCSEs, I know personally he will have to do the maths and the English resits while he's doing his college course, level 1, whatever that might be, electrics or plumbing. I just think that that is sometimes too much additional pressure for one student or young person to be able to do while balancing being not at school anymore. They're at college. So they've got to take a lot of things into consideration themselves. They have the freedom of time. They have the freedom to be not turning up to lessons or turning up to lessons. They're meeting people who are outside of school and definitely from different areas. Females and males. There are a lot of things going on. People are vaping before they get to class and people are smoking weed. Yeah, that's the truth. This is what goes on inside these colleges. I even used to work at a college where I've seen someone with a whole bottle of Smirnoff Ice during school times, well, college times, right? And they're drinking it in the flat and they're coming back. They passed out. It was a crazy college and I had to get away from there as soon as possible because I had never seen nothing like that in my life. But I understand these things go on. So with all of those temptations going on around them as a person, how do I think they will fare up? I don't know, because I'm not them. But I know that there are so many things to temptate you. There are so many things which are tempting for you to do while not turning up for college. Give you an example. When we used to go to college, we used to go past the bookies, because there was a bagel shop in Tottenham and there was a bookies there. So everyone gets paid on Thursdays. I'm on a modern day apprenticeship. When I was an apprentice, everyone's got money. So we go in the bookies, have a little spin, put it on 20. You might lose that £20 note. Go and get yourself a bagel. It's £3. Go back in the bookies, do another £20. Now you've done £40. I used to say to myself walking back, what the hell am I doing in the bookies, man? I'm a plumber. Like, that's not for me. So you do something once or twice to find out if it's for you or not. But again, those are things which were becoming little distractions from being in college. Because in my normal time at that age, I wasn't going to the bookies. Or I had no need to go to the bookies. But I would do it when I'm at college. So they're like blatant distractions. Plus you got the parties and all that. God forbid your son turns into a backup dancer. He'll be at all the parties doing the bogle. All of that. My answer to would I want my son to be a plumber or something, at this present time, the answer is no. And I say it's no because I can only judge people who I know who are family members, my uncles, myself, and understand how much time I've poured into being a plumber. I understand maybe I've not got everything right, and maybe some of those people have not got everything right. But how many of those people do you know who have had that good break, which set them apart? Yeah, they might be happy with what they do. That's a blessing if you're happy with what you do. Everybody's not going to get that. That's why I say there is probably something else what you could do to be more successful at. Because this game is a difficult game. It's a long game. And some of our younger generation, they ain't playing that long game because it's not that for them in life. There's so much more opportunities for you to be successful, for you to be financially stable, for you to be possibly financially free. And I was given the option to become a plumber, which I have no regrets about at all, zero. But I know that the type of job it is, it's demanding on your time. I mean, I'm working more hours than I've ever worked before now, in my 30s. I thought I should have done that in my 20s, but obviously I was out partying, doing stuff, spending money. Learning the business was a moment for me when I just decided I need to start doing all this stuff for myself. Because I realised how much money other people was making from it and I wasn't making from it. And that got underneath my skin. It doesn't do that for everybody. Some people are accepting and they accept that like, oh, I'm here and this people are there and I can't get to this point because I don't have the qualifications and I can't get here because... I see a lot of those things as excuses. All of those things sometimes can't be undone, but you can undo them list by list, bit by bit. And I don't really know if any younger generations, younger than me, have got the patience, even the minerals for that. Because there's so much climbing up the ladders, it's like you think this is an endless game of snakes. Climb here, you hit a snake, you go down. Climb here, hit a snake, you go down. You just want some stability. And the stability might come at a lower rate than what is like the average salary or going rate, which, you know, for you to spend 10, 15 years investing in and getting lower than that, you think to yourself, you could have worked at Tesco's and become a general manager and become a general manager in a quicker time than you could become a lead supervisor who's running a big job or running a big site. It's possibly possible. It's not downplaying anything like a Tesco's or M&S job, because they're jobs at the end of the day, innit? And it's me understanding that I'm not that type of person to want someone to live vicariously through my experiences. Like, my dad's dad was a tradesman. And I said to my dad the other day, do you think because your dad was a good tradesman, he could make you one? He said, no. I said, no. I said, that's why I don't always advise other people to get into trades, but maybe your dad can obviously see some type of skill in you, what he possibly saw in his dad, and say, oh, he's good with his hands, you know, I can see it. Or he's a thinker, I can see it. My dad's like that. Possibly my dad might have said he'll be good with his hands. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. I've never really had that conversation with him. I should actually have that conversation with him. I think that'll make some good content. I won't film my dad, but I'll just film myself and I'll ask him the question, and then I'll say it's for content and see what he thinks. See if he gives me a good answer for the camera, and I'll come back to you with my thoughts. I think that'll be interesting. But my point is that I wouldn't ask or say to my son, you should become a plumber. Yeah. I'll tell him that there's a lot of other things you can do in life, innit? I'm not downplaying or taking away the glory from being a plumber, because it's a glorious job at the end of the day. It's just not for everybody as an individual. The cliche things what people feel that come with it, yeah? So like, I'll tell someone I'm a plumber and they'll be like, oh, so like you're unblocking toilets and all that. And I'm like, do you know what, really? I rarely unblock toilets. I mean, I might do a year, 2 years and not unblock a toilet. You know, it's just something I'm not doing at the moment. I can easily go back into it because there's not much to it, innit? You just get your drain rods and you do some plunging, innit? But I feel that people don't understand, and they have been walking around with this cliche about someone who does that they don't earn. They do earn a lot. But this wouldn't be about me saying to my son or something like, oh, you know, plumbers earn a lot. There are a lot of other tradespeople that earn a lot of money. It's just, I know that doing this trade is not an overnight thing. You do need to be and put in the hours to be able to reap the rewards. And the rewards is like it's like a trickle down effect. It's not a rain pouring vibe. You're not gonna make it rain straight away in the club. You know? And if that's your goal, as like, if I was talking to that person, if your goal is just to solely make money, I don't think it's gonna be for you straight away, because it's something which is more gradual. You know, you do get the off chance of someone who is really successful, but they possibly have a really good idea, or they have a business model which is flawless, undeniable. I'm yet to come across that myself. I'm not thinking that it's never going to happen, because I know some of these things can happen. Some of the ideas what I've come across or made up myself or been part of have been some great, amazing ideas. and they've definitely changed and shaped how things are run for the next 5-10 years. And I'm only thankful to be part of those things, but I've realised that I need to always dig a little bit deeper. And I'm still doing that. But I wouldn't, say to them that you should be a plumber. I would say learn it. Definitely learn the trade. Have it as some type of backup. But it's a strong B plan, put it that way. And you could do whatever you want with your A plan, but it's definitely a strong B. And if you've got nothing as your A plan, your B plan is a solid bet. Solid bet. I mean, you'd be comfortable. And being comfortable is not everybody's objective. That's why I say that people can do other things. Or the sun could do other things. I want to ask you lot that question, whatever you do for work, are you telling your son or your daughter to do that? Like, hopefully some of you lot are tradespeople that watch my channel, because it's an interesting conversation to have, even with yourself, because it's a point of honesty. It's not a point of like, oh, I know this, so I'm going to show them this. They might not be into it. You know that? And again, I had this conversation with my friend, and I'm very thankful that my friend is being able to give his son an opportunity to become a tradesperson. I think to see that is only magical, because the young youth sometimes don't have that much options, but he's also interested in being a tradesperson as well. So with that passion of him being interested and the passion of his dad as well, that should infuse and make someone who is really enthusiastic about learning and about being in that industry, because you should have, hypothetically, most of the tools what you need to succeed to a certain level, and then you have to start applying yourself. But I'm going to enjoy seeing that unfold and him blossoming and getting his qualifications. I'm going to say it from now in this video. He's not actually started college yet, but when he does start college, and I'm going to be rooting for him. Again, always be there to support people around you, because having a support network is always necessary. That's why I make these types of videos, to be able to start a community and to be able to let people know that we are here to communicate with each other, innit? And if you like this type of video, the questioning interested you, like, again, I want all my subscribers and my non-subscribers, because there's loads of you lot, to subscribe up to the channel, but also to look out for the new uploads and answer that question in the comment section. Your son, your daughter, you a tradesperson or something like that, are you inviting them into what you do now? Let us know. Comment section below. Make sure you subscribe, like and share.